last week on the outdoor option.
Shannon started us off with the first bear of the trip in Manitoba, Canada.
Oh wow, look at that.
This is awesome, my first boar, and I couldn't be happier with this bear, and this is definitely a memory that will last a lifetime.
Then my dad scored with a somersault of his own.
Man, buddy.
And we left Danny in the stand getting after his black bear.
My daddy taught the way of life I passed down to my kids. Showed me how to shoot and hunt and fish and how to live. Said I was born for the great outdoors, but the choice is up to you. Man, I always choose the outdoor option. Outdoor option. The outdoor option. Outdoor option. The outdoor option. That's the life I choose, the outdoor option.
The outdoor option is brought to you by Rhino Blinds, Lid Cam, Ignite the Hunt, Skag Power Equipment, the Remington Outdoor Company, Sheffield Financial, and 10-Point Crossbow Technologies.
This couldn't be any more perfect. We got a great wind. It's cooled down. It's not going to be so hot. And, just really excited about tonight. So hopefully we're going to bear in here and get a shot tonight on night number 3.
There must be something about these bears and the GoPros we put out. I don't know if they like to be center stage in front of the camera, but this one bear walked right up to it, put his nose in front of it, and knocked it over. The two smaller bears we were watching worked their way out, and we had a small lull in the action, and this usually means there's a bigger bear in the area. And it wasn't a couple minutes later, we looked to our right, and here comes a big old shooter.
That is a good bear. We've been sitting here watching this small 2-year-old bear work over the bait for the last hour. And I knew as soon as I saw him, when it comes to these black bears, when you know, you know. And that bear came in, he's bigger than the drum. And that is a solid Manitoba black bear.
Well, we're gonna wait until our guide gets here to go retrieve him. But in the meantime, I see my bloody arrow sticking up right there in the middle of the bait site, so we're gonna go check that out to pass some time. That right there is a good sight to see. Hair and blood. That is a good looking arrow. This is only a 15-yard shot, less than 15 yards. Put it right on him, and we know we made a good shot. He hit it off that way. I'm sure he's not very far, but you know, we're told to wait until the guide gets here to go get him, which is definitely the smart thing to do. So we'll get this arrow put away and wait for Pat to get here.
Closed captioning of the outdoor option is provided by the Remington Outdoor Company. This segment of the outdoor option is brought to you by LidCam. Get the shot every time.
The last few bear hunts I've been on have kind of come easy to me. Been easy hunts, easy kills, but this time it was just a long week of hunting and a lot of hard hunts, a lot of long sits. And when it worked out like this, it just was like a huge monkey off my back. And man, the excitement and the adrenaline rush I got just was nothing I can describe. Got some good blood smeared on the exit side, looks like, on this tree, so it's a good sign. We're still looking for blood here. There's quite a bit, but not as much as we'd like to see. But we seem to be able to stay on this trail pretty easily, just trying to find blood. It's getting dark fast, so it's getting harder and harder to see blood, but it's all part of the chase. Up there in the Manitoba woods, it gets dark really fast, and we lost light pretty quick, so when in doubt, back out. We knew it was getting too dark to safely recover this bear, so we decided to get out of there and come back in the morning for a daylight recovery. We're about 10 yards from where we stopped last night, and he made a sharp cut downhill here, which is a good sign. We are seeing some blood on some trees here, and we just picked up where we last left off. So work down through here and give it a shot and see if we can find him laying in here.
I must have taught Danny something, because just like my bear, he decided to give his bear an extra day and go back the next morning.
You know, when Danny shot his bear, you know, I've always had this saying, and especially applies to bears, that if there's ever a doubt, you back out. You know, with a black bear, it's always smart to do that because you don't want to be trailing an injured black bear into the darkness of the bush. That's not very safe.
Hey. There he is. Yes. Hey. Woo. Only like what, 30, 40 yards from where we last stopped? There he is. Yes. Whew. Bear down, baby. Bear down. Oh yeah, look at those feet.
Generally back with like hot. Alrighty, let's get him right here. You guys can do your thing here.
You know, we always say when in doubt, back out, and that's what we did last night. It got real dark on us, and we were having a hard time finding blood, so we decided to mark the last spot where he took a sharp turn downhill and came back this morning, and what do you know, he's only 30, 40 yards from where we stopped last night. And this is a great, great bear. You know, my first bear with a compound bow, second year up here at Hastings Brothers Outfitters in Manitoba, and it's just a world-class operation up here. Bears like this everywhere. You know, Shannon shot her bear first a couple nights ago. Beautiful bear. My grandpa got one last night, and I was able to technically double team with my grandpa last night. So beautiful bear, big boar, and I couldn't be happier with a bear like this, especially with a compound bow. You know, it just doesn't get any better.
Stay connected with the Outdoor Option team. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you and see your pictures.
This segment of the Outdoor Option is brought to you by Ignite, deer supplements and attractants.
Trying to get me to laugh?
Yeah, it did. It worked.
You want me to look at the camera?
Not here, Dad.
Whose phone's ringing over here?
Using action cameras in different spots are a great way to get different point of view angles on big game animals. And black bears are the easiest ones to work with because everything is centered around the bait site. You'd think we laced them with honey or something because they can't leave them alone.
Every time a GoPro goes up to a bear. Every time a bear goes up to a GoPro, it gives me a mini heart attack because I'm afraid the bear is going to eat it.
That's the view you get from a GoPro when a black bear walks up and tries to take a chunk out of that camera.
We try to hide the GoPros as best as we can, but it seems like the bears always find them, even if we put them up in a tree.
We get to see what the inside of a throat of a bear looks like.
He got a good time lapse. He really did, though.
Good? Done? Oh, don't act like we're done and then say, oh.
Don't put them by you because inevitably they're going to smell it, come over and check it out. It could either be right there in your lap or it could be 8 feet up a tree, but they'll still go up and check it out. And Danny and Shannon and I were talking that maybe we should have our videographer guys go stand by a tree, hold the video camera, and see what the bear does then.
I'm off.
I'm going to show you today the proper way to put up your rhino blind. Take it out of the bag and you lay it down here and you grab a hold of a corner. You spread this out, and what you'll find is the first handle grip you grab a hold of and you slowly pop out a side. And on all 4 sides of the blind, there's a handle with a hub, and you just slowly pull them out until it pops in place like this. And there you have it. In less than 60 seconds, your blind's in place. It's important to note that when you pull these hubs in and out, you grab hold of the strap and you gently pull out till it pops in place. If you go and smash it in or yank it out, you'll damage your rhino blind or any blind. But if you treat it like this, it'll last for years to come. Well, here we are in a tree stand in Manitoba here. I'm in the game, and I get to use my Marlin 1894 lever action, my 44 mag. Same one I used in Ohio last year to get my big buck. And look looking forward to using it for bear hunting here. It'll be a good night. You know, I've got the privilege of being with Shannon when she got her big one last night and filming for her. I got the privilege tonight of having Shannon behind the camera.
My first time behind the camera, I was able to get great footage of two bears getting chippy with each other, and I'm sure this made our videographers jealous.
And we're sitting up in the stand and we're getting all kinds of action. These bears chasing each other. She's getting some shots of the year. And it was just exciting because her whole motivation was to kind of make the guys look bad. That was until the bear came over to the ladder. The only way we did get it on film was because I had my lid cam on my hat.
Because of the bear walking underneath our stand, I decided videography is not my cup of tea. I'd rather be a hunter.
But it's fun having her with me, you know, when she's doing the videotaping instead of it the other way around.
The Outdoor Option is brought to you in part by these fine sponsors. This segment of The Outdoor Option is brought to you by 10-Point Crossbow Technologies.
We're down the last evening here in Manitoba at Hastings Brothers Outfitters at a stand that's, because it's raining, we're on the ground underneath one of the platforms to keep dry. And gotta give it the old college try for the last evening.
Hunting black bears from the ground is a whole different experience, and there's nothing that you can compare it to because it's just like being in a scary movie.
This is what you call the most recent modern day Blair Witch Project. Bluff or no bluff, I about crapped my pants.
So when this bear decided to bluff charge us, I was not expecting it at all. I didn't even know what to think, and not only did my dad crap his pants, but I did too. And all I could think was that I wish that tree wasn't in the way so I can get you, the viewer, a better shot of it.
You know, I had my gun up and it was like, if he took one more step, it would have been over. And that bear that, you know, encircled us, he wasn't, you know, a really very big bear, but he's still over 200 pounds. And, but then my bear came in from the left into the bait station there. It was now or never because we only had about 15 more minutes of daylight. Well, we're looking up here for blood, and Roy and Pat, our guides, went over here about where I told them we heard them for about 75 yards, but didn't hear them after that. Never death moaned, so every time it's not guaranteed they're going to death moan. But they said they got them over there on the ground, so let's go get our hands on them. All right. I hope he's big enough. Okay, good sized bear. Well, we heard him run until he stopped running. That's what it's all about. That's what you call a clean sweep. 4 bears in 4 days and with a 44 mag. Well, Well, here it was, the midnight hour, the last few minutes of daylight on the last day before we head home, and made it a clean sweep here. 4 bears in 4 days. Starting off with Shannon, then with Dad getting that cinnamon blonde bear, and then Danny getting one with his compound, and then this bad boy here. You know, nothing gets better than that, and nothing's more exciting than that.
I'm really happy that my dad was able to finish out the trip strong.
But we talk about here on the Outdoor Option how we try to make memories that last a lifetime, and we always seem to do that. And this is one of those trips that, you know, was really going to make memories that last a lifetime and beyond, you know.
We had a great time here at Casings Brothers Outfitters. We'll see you next time right here on the Outdoor Option.
I didn't really know what to expect when it came to Pagosa Springs, Colorado, but I was blown away.
I've been seeing a bunch of deer.
Easy, John. Good job, dude. Man, this is why we choose the Outdoor Option.